Hello folks, today I'm going to do a little bit of a video on a new converted track for Assetto Corsa, Bannochbrae, which was originally a track in Project Cars, but somebody has done a really nice conversion for Assetto Corsa now. As you may have picked up from my accent, this is of special interest to me because I am Scottish, so I can give a kind of unique viewpoint on this track. So important to note, it is a kind of free roam track. It's not like a circuit, obviously, and it's completely fictitious. However, having said that, I'm going to talk about some bits that are in the map and how the guys from Project Cars, when they originally made this, have undoubtedly gone up the west coast of Scotland and scouted locations and put certain things into the circuit. So the circuit description describes it as a Scottish Highlands circuit based around the village of Bannochbrae and its loch. So obviously the guys from Project Cars have taken inspiration from the roads around western Scotland, and here's a nice little map for you to see these kind of roads. If you're ever in Scotland, you can take this kind of route yourself, and incorporated their take and some real life features into the circuit. So what real life locations have I noticed after just driving a few laps on this to remind myself? Well, without a doubt, the most noticeable one for me is Ballahulish Bridge. Here's some nice photos of it to display to you. You know, they've done a great job on this. It's without a doubt almost a direct copy, and kudos to the guys from Project Cars for recreating this so nicely. You can also see how, when we go to a wider shot, how they've captured the scenery around Ballahulish Bridge. So, I mean, look at this. You can tell that the circuit is heavily influenced by the surrounding scenery at Ballahulish Bridge here in Scotland. Another Scottish landmark which has definitely had an influence is Eilean Donan Castle and the surrounding landscape of that. I'm sure you can agree when you see some of these pictures that it's definitely been photographed and made it into the circuit in some ways. So I mean, that's just a couple, but I'm sure there's a whole lot of other landmarks and roads that have been used, real life stuff, which I haven't picked up on yet. At this stage, I'm going to mention my good friend Iain Grimstone, who has his own YouTube channel. Now, Iain is a bit of a Scottish history buff, and he was also a tour guide for many years. So he has driven many miles on Scottish roads, like these ones. So I've no doubt when he sees this video, he will pick up on some other areas which are taken from real life. I'll put a link to Iain's YouTube channel in the comments. If anybody is interested in Scottish history, Iain is the man to go to, and I'm sure he'd love to hear from you. If anyone else recognises any areas on the circuit from roads that they know or roads that they've travelled on when on holiday in Scotland, then please leave it in a comment. It'd be really useful to see how many people go, oh, I know that road, or I know that bend. So please comment on the video if you think you recognise something. I'm putting up some other shots I found of roads in the west coast. This is the Applecross Road here. I'm sure you can agree again that when you see the landscape, it's been directly used in this circuit. Some of the cliff faces and the colouring of the hills and everything. Absolutely fantastic. Great job by the software developers. So what I'm now going to show you is the same lap, just one lap, but from 3 different camera angles, just to give you a nice idea of how the circuit looks from in the car and from externally. Now, those of you who know Assetto Corsa well, obviously I'm using Content Manager. I've got the custom shaders patch, and I've got Sol installed as well for the weather, and I've tried to ramp the details right up to make it look as pretty as possible. These were very early laps, that I captured, so I'm not looking to set any lap records here. I just wanted to capture the video fairly quickly to let you guys see it. And I've chosen the RUF RT12 all-wheel drive, which, as we all know, is a Porsche really by any other name. And 730 brake horsepower, 3.8 litre turbo, four-wheel drive. So let's go for a spin round this circuit a few times, different camera angles, and I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts. So we'll start with an external view. This is coming up in the start-finish straight. Sweeping left-hander. Nice detail on the hay bales in the fields there. Twisty section through these rocks. We've certainly got all the road signs, UK road signs done really well, and the road kind of markings and feel. It certainly looks authentic. There's this Ballahulish Bridge inspired section there. Lovely scenery all around, and all these kind of dry stained dike walls, these stone walls at the side. Very common in Scotland, that's really authentic. Just got a glimpse of the loch there with some boats. Now we go under a viaduct here, and we kind of loop round, and we'll actually go over the top of that viaduct eventually. So round here there's a sharp left-hander into the actual village, which you go through fairly quickly. There's a nice little kink in the road with it looks like you're heading straight towards a pub, and you have to kind of jink round it. There we go. You'll see it better in some other views. And now we're heading to a kind of downhill section. So, these bends have caught me out a few times when I was having a quick practice. That's us going over the viaduct, which we went underneath. Now this is quite a fast section through here. This is fantastic. The car actually gets some air, and I nearly threw it off the circuit the first time. So you definitely have to slow down a little bit there. And that's basically coming round almost to the end of the lap. So we'll do one from another view. So here's our second view of the same lap from inside the car this time. So see a lot more of the detail of the surrounding countryside. And I love you've got the dirt effect on the windshield there as you're going into the sun. But you'll notice as you're facing another way, the dirt disappears just like in real life. So through this sort of slightly twistier rocky section again. It's a great car to drive, that's really enjoyable. Funny, in the external views the engine note doesn't sound quite right. This is the Ballahulish Bridge bit, and then it goes round to the right. Yeah, external views, the sort of Doppel effect as a car goes past you doesn't seem to last as long. I don't know if I've got a setting wrong in Content Manager. If anybody knows how to sort that, then leave me a comment, please. Yeah, you can see the loch to the right hand side with sailboats and things. underneath the viaduct. Oh, a bit Harry Potter. Car gets a bit squirrely up here. Whoops. As I say, once we get round this bend, there's a sharp left into what they're calling Bannochbrae village. You see it right ahead of you now, and there's this building. It seems like you're driving straight towards it, and you just have to jink round. This is quite a tight one, and this one as well. They seem to close a lot more than you expect, so, and this we have to slow down a little bit. So here's the viaduct that we went under, so over the top of it, and then we've got this kind of downhill, fantastic sweeping bit, which is very reminiscent as well of some of the roads in the Scottish borders, right down through here, just like being on a motorbike. Fantastic. But you catch some air there. The car got a bit out of shape. Round again, and that's the lap almost over, so we'll go to another view. So here's a third view, and again it's a different external camera. So onto the start finish straight. You get some nice different angles of the scenery from this one. Nice view of the field with the hay bales there. Get a much better view of the car squirreling about here. Caught some dust there. There's the loch in the background. Over Ballahulish Bridge. Yeah, I'm sure my friend Iain is going to be saying, well, I recognise that bit and I recognise this bit, and I can tell where they've got these houses from, or these cottages, or that monument. There's a monument there in the background which I don't know, but I'm sure Iain will. We're going to get a nice view of Bannochbrae village here, again from a different angle. Yeah, it does. It reminds me as well of many Sunday motorcycle rides I've had with my friends down in the Scottish borders. You know, all the dry stained dyke walls and everything, and the stone buildings. It's very reminiscent. So this is the downhill. Two left-handers, which are easy to catch you out. Over the big viaduct again. And coming up for the end of the lap. Oh no, sorry, we're going through this twisty bit again. Yeah, oh, there you go. You see the car catching a bit of air there? Fantastic. Yeah, coming round to the end of the lap now. I've got one more view to show you. Okay folks, here's one last view, slightly different view from inside the car. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, these little snippets of Bannochbrae. Terrific job. It's made me want to fire it up in Project Cars, which I will do again, maybe do a similar comparison video. What I really want to do though, I mean obviously this is me capturing footage from single screen, but I do have an Oculus Rift S VR headset, so I'm quite keen to try this track in VR. That would be quite an experience, so I will do that, and I'll put up a video once I've done it. Yeah, great view through the bridge there, isn't it? I'll put up the VR video so you can all see how that looks. I'll have to maybe notch down the details a bit on my creaky old system, but I'll get it running, and I might use like an open top car, as if I'm out for a nice Sunday afternoon drive around this area, although not strictly adhering to the legal speed limit. Under Harry Potter Viaduct. Car gets loose up here. Amazing how Assetto Corsa looks after all these years with the mod updates by fans, custom shaders patch to make it look even nicer, the salt weather patch. You know, it's I think it was now 8 years old. This it's still got an incredible following, and people releasing fantastic tracks like this, whether they're conversions or just original tracks made. I couldn't see the guy who converted this. I'm going to go and try and look for his name, and I will credit you. You've done a great job here. Or if it's a team, you've done a great job, guys. Down back over the viaduct. Yeah, these hills in the distance there are very kind of look like the hills on Skye. Remind me of the hills there. Now through this fast bit, where the car gets some air. Whoa. Fantastic. Anyway, folks, I hope you've enjoyed that. Please leave a comment if you have, or any areas that you recognise. Thanks for watching. Cheers for now.